What's up, everyone? I'm Tatum. Welcome back to another episode of Off the Wall. This is my segment where I like to take some of my records in my record collection and just, this is the segment where I take my records in my record collection and, tell you why they mean so much to me and why they're actually in my collection. Before we get started, remember to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, get ready to leave your comments. We're going up pretty fast in the numbers. The next goal is we're at 630 something subscribers right now, trying to get to 1,000 before my birthday in June. That's a good goal to set. Today, this record that I'm going to talk about is obviously one of my favorites. I got into it kind of late, obviously, just from the time period that it came out in. But when I did get into it, it quickly became one of my favorite albums from this group. And I'm not alone in that alone in that statement. I've talked to a lot of people who have this album as one of that has this album at the group's best album. Also, it's a pivotal moment in hip hop, like when this album dropped, in the day that this album dropped. So, without further ado, today I'm gonna be discussing A Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauders. Man, this album is just so freaking classic, bro. Like I don't even have like the words to describe how great this album is from a production standpoint, from a lyric standpoint, from a sequence standpoint, from a cover standpoint. This is probably top 5 hip hop covers of all time. And just look how many great artists they had on this cover. Like Too Short, Chuck D, Kumo D, Heavy D, so many D's. Beastie Boys, Dougie Fresh, Ice-T, MC Lyte, Jungle Brothers, De La Soul. And that's just the front. Kool Herc, The Far Side. Trying to go through to see if I can name people I noticed. The Far Side, and Special Ed. Damn, Puffy, Kid Capri, Busta Rhymes. Damn, man. That looks like what's the producer? Dallas Austin. I'm not sure if that's Dallas Austin, but that guy really looks like Dallas Austin. This is a great representation of how great hip hop was in the 90s. I read somewhere that this was right before like the coastal split. Like, look at the camaraderie, bro. Like, you couldn't imagine like an artist. No artist would do this. No artist would be so selfless to put other artists on their album covers today. I don't think that exists at all. So this is like a testament of the time. This is like belongs in a museum, like the African American Museum, the MoMA. This type of artwork is dope. And even with the naked lady, the tribe lady, which I call her, in the middle of it's just dope. And there's no Tribe Called Quest members on it. How dope is that? Like, none of their albums really had them on. I think the first album did. I always listen to this album all the way through. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about some of my favorite records on here. I won't take up too much of your time. Go through some of my favorite highlights, why they're my favorite highlights. And, we could discuss in the comments, what's your favorite tracks off here and what's some of your favorite moments on the album. But for now, I'm going to put this record down and we're going to get into it. Midnight Marauders came out in 1993. It was the band, I called them a band. It was the band's third album. It was the band's third album, coming off the classic Low End Theory. And Low End Theory was such a fucking classic. Like, their first album is great. And, I watched the Tribe documentary, Beats, Rhyme, and Life. And I remember going to go see that movie on opening day. It was only one theater in my surrounding that was playing it, and it was in Georgetown. And I went to it the first show, the first opening day. I'm just that big of a Tribe fan. But coming after, making a classic album with Low End Theory, and then coming back, 2 years later with Midnight Marauders, is just like, 3 years later with Midnight Marauders is like, how this is like the pinnacle album for me for Tribe. Like, everything worked perfectly. They were feeding off each other perfectly. Their chemistry was at top notch. The instrumentals was top notch. The scratches was top notch. Even to have the girl, I've read like she was like the receptionist at the time for the record company, being the opening voice, and just like she introducing the members of Tribe, and me as a producer, whenever I want to make some like hip hop shit, I always go back to like this BPM is around 95 BPMs, and I always set it around that area just to get that feel that I love about this album. Obviously, I'm no Q-Tip, but just inspiration wise, I love how even in between she had the messages about safe sex and things of that nature, and violence. Like, you know, man, if you don't pull the trigger, and things of that nature. Even to start, the fucking samples that Q-Tip found on here is just, I don't even know how. Like, to this day, I don't know how he did it. Like, it's not too many people who redo like trap beats or samples. Like, I think J. Cole did one, but like I think he did electric relaxation for no doom doom doom. Yeah, he did electric relaxation, I think. But nobody does it like him. And around this time he was doing Illmatic. He was doing like the Mobb Deep albums and like Crooklyn albums. Like, he was doing things that were like hardcore hip hop, but trap was like a whole different vibe. And yeah, I'm fanning out right now, so just bear with me. But man, this shit is just special. It always puts me in a perfect zone. I could just put this album on, like I said, and just ride out and play. And don't skip any record. Like, this album is that perfect to me. So to start off with the intro, the Midnight Marauders tour guide, and like, you know, we maraud ears. Like, music should be listened to at night. So like, it's just so dope, man. Second record, stir it up, Stevie. I just love that. Like, that's a great way. And those jazz samples that he incorporated into hip hop is just, again, second to none. Award tour is just bum 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 bum, and that snare, pa 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 pa. We on a award tour with my mom and my man going each, like, that shit is like food for the soul, man. Like, that shit is just back in '89. I simply stood in the place, buddy, 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 all up in your face. It's just, without that, it's like kryptonite to Superman. So shall he come in with the sugar? Cause Fight Dog my name, but on the mic call me Dynamite. Like, when was the last time you heard the PHIFE sloppy? I could go on for that. Award tour, and I love that video as well. And it just shows the camaraderie between, you know, De La Soul and just the whole native tongue in a way, and like how they all had that like camaraderie and collaboration efforts of. And I remember my cousin used to play, like, I'm this old, like, she had a VHS with recorded videos, and my buddy was on there. And that was the first time that I seen like the native tongues and I heard the Q-Tip version. I was like, oh shit, ooh, child, things are gonna get that part and things of that nature. And I was just like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, even in my time, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, I really like that. A Million Stories. I love how Fife like having the shittiest day possible, like, and wrote a record about it. Like, he went to the movies. He tried to take his brother to go get the Barney toy. They didn't have it. Somebody broke in his car. The girl that he was trying to get with, basically stood him up. He went down on her. She in the red zone. Like, it's so much. And even that beat, what was me? I'm having problems. Help me out now. I really need ya. Help me out now. Like, if you're having a bad day, and that beat is doom doom. That beat is just so dope, bro. It's like this dark, eerie feel to it. It's just so dope, man. And the fact that they were having like, they'll have their solo records in the album. Obviously, Q-Tip had a little bit more than Fife, but 8 Million Stories is like a fucking classic record. Hey Sucker Nigga, one of my favorites on the album. I remember I heard that. Even like Shaheed, Take Us the Fuck Out of Here with the scratches, bro. Midnight, we can get down, we can get down, we can get down, we can get down. It's like that, man, like that. Like that sample is just. Why waste time on the microphone? Like, that part thrown in there and the way the beat switches mid-verse. Fuck. Electric Relaxation. The first time I probably heard that song was probably the Wayans Brothers, actually. Like, the intro to the Wayans Brothers. Like, that was the relax yourself. Like, one of my favorite Fife lines on there. I love the way that, I love the back and forth on there. And I read somewhere that like they were writing verses for each other, which is why it was such a back and forth kind of thing on there, which just shows you how tight they were as a group to be like, I know what you can say. I know what you can say. Here, say this. You say this type stuff. I think that was pretty dope. Electric Relaxation is one of those fucking great records, bro. Like, it's probably their most successful single to date. That beat is just wicked. In the words of Fife. Clap a hand now. Oh my God, yes. Oh my, that Busta Rhymes sample was so dope they used it twice. Like, oh my God, yes. Oh my God. Oh my God, yes. And I think this is one of the first albums that didn't have so many guest features from Native Tongue or just people in general, because it was just DAWG World Tour and I think Large Professor. Yeah, I think that was pretty much it, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just going off memory here, so I could be wrong. Keep it rolling. The Chase Part 2, Lyrics to Go is probably one of my favorites. One of my favorite Tribe records. Just the flip of that Mini Rippleton sample is just the way that he caught the sample is ridiculous. Like, if you listen to the sample and listen to the way he caught it, it's like, what the fuck was you thinking, bro? Like, what was on your mind when you made this? Like, this shit is just insanely dope. God Lives Through. And it's only 14 records, and like I said again, it's no skips, it's no nothing that, like, the rhymes are on point, the beats are on point, the sequences are on point out. Like, I remember watching a documentary and Chris Lighty was like, you let Q-Tip be who he is, he'll be like Axl Rose and Dr. Dre. Like, he had to go in there and take the album away from him. Like, it's done, give me the goddamn album for Christ's sakes, it's perfect, leave it alone. And I also read that, like, saw that the fucking sample clearance budget was just out of this fucking world. Like, just out of this fucking world. And to be truthfully honest, it's the last Tribe album that sounds like a Tribe album, that sounds like they're together, that sound like they were having fun. Like, Beats and Browns in Life, It Is What It Is, has some dope records on there. Love Movement has some dope records as well, but you could tell the chemistry wasn't there. And then unfortunately we get Thank You For Your Service. You know the backstory to that, R.I.P. PHIFE and things of that nature. I think that's a great album, though. I really do think that last Tribe album is really great. And if you haven't, like, listened to it in a minute, go back and listen to it. It's a bunch of gems on there, a bunch of gems on there, and it gives you that old Tribe vibe. You know what I mean? But this was the last album that actually felt good as a Tribe album to me. So, and I know I was born in 1990. I was born when fucking Low End 3 came out. In 93, I was 3. So, like, I probably have no say whatsoever to, like, a Tribe head who was born in the time or alive that was, like, thriving it. But it's just my opinion. Best songs, I'm going to go with Electric Relaxation, Lyrics to Go, and Hey Sucker Nigga, Wherever You Are. I just love that track. Worst song, it was really hard for me to pick a bad song on here. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I can't. Stirred Up. I'll just go with Stirred Up. I don't even want to say that. I feel like my hip hop card should be revoked. I don't even want to say that. Like, it's no bad song right here, but since it's a category, I got to do it. Best line. Oh, that's easy. Fucking, let me hit it from the back, girl. I won't catch a hernia. Bust off on your couch. Now you got semen furniture. That's it. I love that record. I love bust off, like, even him in the video at the diner. Bust off on your couch, now you got Siemens furniture. Shahi, Fife, and the extra P. Let's wrap this shit up, though.
Went to Carville to get a milkshake. This honey ripped me off.
Again, Midnight Marauders is one of those albums that just, it's groundbreaking. It shatters the earth. I'm pretty sure when fans got this in 93 and other rappers got this in 93, they were probably like, these fucking bastards did it again. And what's crazy, this dropped the same day it's Enter the 36 Chambers. So, Wu-Tang. So, that was just like a crazy day. I remember back when, like, albums that were great used to drop like a week apart or on the same day and things of that nature. Like, I think Hard Knock Life and, like, Miseducation and then Criminal all dropped on the same day, something like that. And I was like, that's probably the last big one I remember. So I was probably like Graduation and Curtis, but that Graduation and Curtis is cool, but it's nowhere near those type of caliber albums. But Midnight Marauders is one of those albums that come along once in a lifetime. It's the band and artists at their pinnacle. It's when they reach, it's the D-Wade throwing LeBron the alley-oop without looking, and he's walking off like this. That's what this album symbolized to me. We're so in sync. We're so in the zone. We're so fucking dope. Like, they don't even know. The way I'm about to chop these samples, the way you about to spit, the way we about to do this, the way we about to do everything is just, it's just a great album, man. And which is the reason I have it in my collection, and will always be in my collection. And it'd be tight. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try to do it, but I'm gonna try to get all the different covers because it's a green one, a red one, and a black one outline. I'm gonna try to get all of them just to have the collection of that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. What's your favorite songs of Midnight Marauders? Is Midnight Marauders your favorite Tribe record? Am I tripping for having it as the top Tribe record? Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. For now, though, I'm going to put this record back on my wall because it's time to go. Peace.